Welcome ladies and gentlemen to another episode of Picks to Watch. This time we're going to be looking at some of the fun and interesting champions that could be making their way to the MSI play-ins. Without further ado, let's jump right into it. Our first pick to watch is big, badass, and seriously, he's really big. It's Gallio the Colossus. The stone giant underwent some serious chiseling during his rework. With changes to his passive and Q, he has good wave clear along with some powerful trading in lane. The addition of a taunt has also made him great at drawing attention away from his allies or catching an unsuspecting target for his team to swiftly eliminate. This means that Gallio has been seen in all manner of roles, ranging from a mid lane mage off tank to the bruise appealing support or even the standard full tank top. The versatility and flexibility makes him a desirable champion from the get-go. He works best when helping his team, as his ultimate is not a reliable engage tool but can be effective at turning a fight in your favour. With that being said, his skill shots are often rather predictable and this leaves room for outplay. Combine that with the fact that a hero's entrance is reliant on the positioning of his teammates means that good coordination and communication is required to maximise his effectiveness. Nevertheless, the benefits outweigh the costs, so don't be surprised if you spot him on the Rift. No seriously, you can't miss him. Next up we have the mummy on a mission to find himself a friend, Amumu.
Let's be friends forever. Hey, come back.
Now while he may feel forever alone, his upgraded passive means that he synergizes well with AP casters outside of the mid lane like Rumble and Zyra. Speaking of those, the bundle of bandages has always been known for creating the greatest of wombo combos, and that hasn't changed. His ultimate synergizes beautifully with large AoE abilities to create historical moments and great new names, such as Curse of the Sad Equalizer Bullet Thorn. Or maybe not. Now, while his jungle clear has always been strong, his dueling has not. If someone comes into his neck of the woods, they'll find that the little crying mummy just isn't that intimidating, especially given his reliance on blue. With these weaknesses in mind, Amumu will probably be a fringe pick, as play-in teams start pulling out all the stops in order to pick up wins against the other regions. Now we move to mid, where you'll find a weaver that likes to throw rocks at your face. It's Talia.
That was great.
While her pick priority has grown in the LCK, it's not the only place where she's found a home. Teams like Vedius Pro have been taking advantage of her ability to easily push the minion waves into the enemy's turret with threaded volley, leaving the opposing mid laner stuck between a rock and a hard place. With her natural pressure in mid, she can get bolder with her cross-map movements and combine the move speed with her passive and her rock surfing ultimate to ambush enemy side lanes. While she excels at kiting and roaming, her full-blown teamfighting leaves a lot to be desired. As a squishy mage with no escapes, poor positioning can result in your rocks being smashed faster than you'd expect. Worked ground can also limit her overall damage potential if you're not constantly on the move, making it harder to land those key skill shots during the ensuing chaos of a teamfight, something Talia players may take for granted in calmer situations. Our next pick is the man with the mad moves, Lucian. Due to the lack of utility in his kit, he hasn't seen as much of the Rift as some of the other benefactors of the Blade of the Ruined King changes. Regardless, many teams that are entering the play-in stage of MSI have picked up the Light Slinger with a great amount of success. This stems from his outstanding dueling potential during the laning phase where he can light up his opponents. This can be made even stronger with melee supports like Braum and Thresh, thanks to their ability to force all-in engagements. Blade of the Ruined King is essential during itemization and is normally followed by a Black Cleaver. The cooldown reduction paired with the armor shred turns Lucian into a mobile, spell-spamming, tank-melting menace. With his core build completed, Lucian is great at acting as a pseudo-split pusher whose job it is to whittle down enemy tanks and turrets, forcing the enemy to respond to the pressure he's created. I'd advise caution though. With that teleport, Lucian can quickly find himself becoming the knockee instead of the one who knocks. Last but not least, we have the maniacal cleaver-throwing purple dude, Dr. Mundo. While top lane stalwarts like Gragas and Nautilus will largely take priority over the purple madman, there's still a chance we could see him at MSI due to how well he can chunk a Rumble down to size. His kit naturally synergizes with Spirit's Visage, allowing him to build magic resistance early on, all the while improving his regenerative capabilities, allowing him to run wild, with his ultimate making extended trades a living hell for Rumble. The Muscle Maniac has no problem sticking to low mobility carries like Orianna and Ashe, turning them into pincushions for his admittedly insane amount of cleavers. Mundo's biggest issue is his lack of reliable crowd control, leading to him often being completely ignored by the enemy team, which is rather rude. But if given enough time, the purple lunatic will become an unkillable cleaver sniper that'll make the enemy team regret ever ignoring him in the first place. That concludes it for this episode of Picks to Watch. If there are any fun or interesting champions that you're looking forward to, be sure to hit me up. The MSI play-ins start on the 28th of April and you will not want to miss it. With that, thank you very much for watching and I'll see you there.